jail for anything. It's like the last chef they had, worked for 2 hours straight and walked out. You know?
Why?
I don't know, because he didn't have a work ethic or something. I mean, I hear they're working a lot, doing a lot of food, producing. Like some of the people that called back that I talked with, you know, they're working 10, 12-hour days producing, like 3 or 4 people producing food for 600 people.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, they're working their tails off, which is the reason why they're expanding. And I heard that Rivian is growing each day, like they're putting more people to work each day or expecting more people, so they're continually growing. Like I've heard they're going to be at 2,800 before you know it. You know? And so,
did we talk about that Burger King's promotion that said women belong in the kitchen?
no.
No?
What time is it? It's 6:01.
Is it that time?
Yeah, so Burger King released this tweet or something from their page and it said, "Women belong in the kitchen," and this is like Women's Day or something, and then
Women's History Month?
something like that. No, it was a day, but yeah, they said that out of all the chefs, only like 20.
Oh, that was great.
Want to fix it?
No.
They said only like 23 or something % of women are chefs in the kitchen. It's like, so they're giving away scholarships for women to become chefs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I trained under a chef, woman chef, female chef,
Yeah, Leslie.
Chef Leslie.
You can tell by the way a good chef runs their kitchen. On military type shit.
Literally, if it was not for her, I wouldn't be where I was at today.
Shout out to Leslie.
MJHSJ, they got something to say. Moon Club members meeting every Tuesday. They talk about everything under the moon. Nothing is too taboo. MJHSJ, they got something to say. Moon Club members meeting every Tuesday. They use their voices, they spread the words. Nothing is too absurd.
It does get better every time,
They
doesn't it?
love to learn.
Like an
They
angel.
love to laugh. Playing all of their memories back.
What's up, James Foltz? Brother?
What's up with that dude?
I think he's still living in Orlando in Normal. But the good part. With the houses. Not in my town. Not in my town, brother. Like every time I hop on here, they change something.
They do it just for you. Man, that girl.
What's up, Matthew Moffat?
That girl is good.
Matthew Moffat is watching with us.
The mayor.
You're going to have to keep track of that because I had to use my phone because I couldn't get the other one to work. So I don't have any contact with the numbers right now.
And thanks to MJ being so generous, I got the other piece of equipment that provided him with the information.
That was the lovely and talented Matisse Love with the Moon Club Podcast theme song. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Lofty Dreams apartment and worldwide on Facebook and YouTube Live, this is the Moon Club Podcast with AJ, MJ, and SJ. The Moon Club will talk about anything under the moon. No subject will ever be taboo. This episode of the Moon Club Podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Adelman, Bloomington Normal's premier realtor for the Jewett home selling team at Remax Rising. And I want to be your realtor, and I'll hustle everybody all day, every day, and then I'll double up on Sunday to prove it.
And I am bore witness to that.
Steve, I have a question for you.
Oh shit.
What's the state of the moon, brother?
Okay. I'll ask you after this. It is currently Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. It is 6:05 now p.m. The moon will come up at it came up at 8:50 a.m. and it will go down at 10:22 p.m. tonight. It is currently waxing crescent. It is 8% illuminated, just a fingernail. We call it a fingernail moon. At least my family does. 8% illuminated. It is 404,386 100 kilometers away from us. It's 3 days old, and it's going from Aries to Taurus tonight. Whatever
Sign
the
of
fuck
the bull.
that means.
So that leads us to the question:
How illuminated is Steve?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I am fully illuminated. And thanks to all the home growers out there, all them street pharmacists, I'm fully illuminated on Zittles, homegrown. Keep growing.
Wow.
And that is how you cut a promo. In case you didn't know.
And we will take all the weed samples you guys got. All
So we
the
got
homegrown.
Chris Shetton says, hi guys, how are you? We're great. And Matthew Moffat says, what's up guys?
The
So we've
mayor,
been a bit
Matt
busy
Moffat.
lately.
Matt
Nothing but
Moffat
love
for
for
mayor.
you. Matthew Moffat says nothing but love for you. Matthew Moffat for mayor. I believe
Matt
him.
Mayor Moffat.
Yeah. I would
Triple
vote
M.
for him. We're starting a campaign tonight for Matthew Moffat for
He's a
mayor.
triple threat. Matt Moffat, aka Mighty Mouse.
There you
Triple
go.
threat. Here I come to save the day.
I
Right?
agree.
He's like a quadruple M. Matthew Moffat, Mighty Mouse, mayor.
National treasure, Matt Moffat.
Fuck
There
yeah.
you go.
Moon Club Podcast, Mooney Award winner.
That right there puts him in.
I wanted to start it off with something light. This is a fun video. Have you guys seen this? Have you heard about this?
Is this the dental video?
Yeah.
We've been, and can I smoke? We've been getting your stuff.
So that's actually a good question. If you can, what I don't want you to get is a dry socket.
Yeah. I
So
just
it's
want
not
to
infected.
smoke.
You know,
I said edibles.
it isn't smoking.
That's
You need to
lit.
try to avoid smoking for a week.
Oh, wait, what about vaping though?
Anything that's gonna cause any sucking.
Jesus Christ. I can't say this. Sophia. Jesus.
He did say sucking. And he seems like he's stressed
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm getting all this on YouTube. No, all of this when I get in the
Is that
car.
bad, Gary?
Oh, don't
I
turn
don't say
into
so.
a crier. You're not depressed.
I can't say this, Mom.
Look what I got.
Oh
Please
my
stop.
God.
Please stop.
It just keeps getting worse.
Well, I'm telling you, that's something that you keep close to your vest, right?
Yeah.
When you're a parent, you can have the dirt on them, but that's something you hold over. You know, for life. That's lawn mowing for life, right there.
I don't know, dude. That's a potential viral video. I might have to sell my daughter down the river for that. But I don't have one, so I'm just speculating.
I could never do it.
No. Yeah.
Could you blackmail?
Whoa, dude, not in 2021. That's not acceptable.
Dude, okay, check this out. What if the thing was totally fake and it was just like an act?
Probably.
Well, you know, the opposite of blackmail would be white female. So could you white female her?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could you hold that over her head and possibly get your lawn mowed, your dishes done, your laundry pressed for life?
Well, your dick sucked.
Well, again, we're talking, you know, parental.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, not in that case.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that is some potential white femaling video.
Yeah, I
Not
think
to
I'd
be
keep it.
black-
I think I'd keep it in a vault.
But
Oh,
did she call her mom, or that could have been just a friend that gave her a ride there? In that case, it's up for
I
grabs.
think it's the parent though, for some reason, because there's other videos. I
Yeah.
think like she's out in the parking lot. Like there's more to it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's her mom.
Yeah. Remember how huge that was it? Dave after the dentist.
What's that?
The Dave after the dentist. I have 2 fingers. It's like one of the most viral videos of all time.
I can tell you that as somebody that just had a dental procedure done where they put me under,
Yeah.
like you say some loopy shit when you get out of the dentist,
Right.
And they, man, I don't know, they didn't sedate me as much when I had my colonoscopy as they did when I just had a dental procedure done, right?
Yeah.
Like I was fucking out. Like my idea, I had a dental procedure done at 8 o'clock. And my idea was like, oh, I'm back in the shop by 11,
Yeah.
11:30, maybe at the most. But there was no way. There was no way I
Right.
could do that. Like Mindy brought me back up here, and I think I was almost conscious again at like 5:30. I think I got out of bed and was able to sit up. But
Dude, the colonoscopy, is it uncommon for the guy to come? Because you ever heard of a prostate massage?
yeah,
I mean, so if that happens, I wouldn't be embarrassed. And so I guess it did with you, huh?
what?
You came when you got your colonoscopy?
No, but I did get to watch it on the
Yeah.
screen. Like, people don't believe when I tell them. I wasn't out. Like,
Yeah.
I sat there and watched them on, the camera on the screen. They
Right.
showed me what was going on. But
Wow. And it looked healthy, huh?
they removed 5, what do they call them? Cysts,
Polyps?
I think. Polyps,
Polyps,
yeah. And
okay.
then they sent those to the lab, and they were non-benign. Or they were
benign. They were not
cancerous.
Right.
Yeah, so
They were benign.
good to go. So, have you seen this movie called Minari?
Uh-uh.
Me neither. But there's this kid, Alan Kim, and he won the Critics' Choice Award for whatever, I guess, Best Supporting Actor or whatever. I don't know what the award was, but no. But this his response to winning the award is so sweet. Watch this.
Critics' Choice just stole the show at the 2021 Critics' Choice Awards. The Minari star snagged the award for Best Young Actor, and his acceptance speech was truly too sweet for words. The 8-year-old first thanked the critics who voted for him, and then he got a bit choked up.
First of all, I'd like to thank the critics who voted and my family, Isaac, Christina, Doug. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
This kid's a good actor.
Yeah.
And if his speech couldn't get any cuter, the young star was so surprised by his big win that he started to pinch his face to make sure he wasn't dreaming.
Dude, that is adorable.
Despite Alan's shocked
Alright, it goes
reaction
on a
to winning
little bit
big
longer. I
at the
think we get
virtual
the
award show,
idea.
Yeah, that's
He was-
adorable. That's a feel-good story.
I look for good things out of that kid.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, he looked like Jackie Chan, too.
Because that could have been all an act, but you know what? You know what? I don't care.
Hey, I'm gonna have to check him out. Check out his acting chops.
What makes it better if that was genuine or if that was just an act? Like, either one is pretty good, right?
Right.
You know what? But sometimes it's like if you're an actor and you got a camera in front of you, it's like even though it's real life, you're still acting. You know what I'm saying? You're just acting as yourself. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense at all.
No?
That was a good push.
Did you ever All the World's a Stage? Exit stage left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they teach you that at Juilliard Acting School?
No.
Or Clown College.
Yeah, I learned that at Philosophy 101 in high school.
All right.
Oh, cool. I was too busy at 204 getting elephant ears.
I think it was genuine, but
Oh no, I think it was too. But
if it was an act, I'm still not mad at it.
right, because he had a camera on, he had to perform, right?
Yeah, I think they did that awards by a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
I think.
It looked like he had like a white screen or a green screen behind him.
Yeah, I think he was at home.
What about them Grammys last night?
Sunday night.
Was it Sunday night?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, they tried to cancel Bill Burr. I got that. Well, should we go into that? Should we get into that?
Did you? I guess Billie Eilish. She said that she thought Stallion should have won for best album.
What's that?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, Billie Eilish said that Megan Thee Stallion should have won for best album. Now I'm gonna have to check out that album because I've listened to Billie Eilish's entire album.
Well,
I
it's funny that we're in cancel culture, but you can be on stage rapping about your wet ass pussy,
Yeah,
but Dr. Seuss is out of there. You know what I mean?
for sure. You know, my theory about
Oh,
the wet ass
shit.
pussy video is that they originally wrote that as tight ass pussy, and then somebody told them like nobody's gonna believe you girls have tight ass pussy.
Right.
And they're like, okay, wet ass pussy. Would you believe wet ass pussy? They're like, okay, go with wet ass pussy.
That's
Yeah.
definitely believable.
Yeah. Okay, Bill Burr. Let's do this.
Bill Burr.
Dude, I wonder if that's actually a tag now on Pornhub, or was it before?
Cancel Bill
WAP?
Burr, but some
Wait, what's that now?
WAP. I wonder if that's a tag you can check on like Pornhub or X videos, or was it before?
Man,
Like
I don't
Pog.
know, but I know in Twitter they use hashtags and Instagram, and for sure it is a hashtag.
Okay.
But
Definitely.
all of those other sites you're talking about, I just don't know.
Kind of like the eggplant emoji.
Yeah. So, Bill Burr is probably one of the whitest guys ever, right? But his act is genius because he's self-deprecating, and he's able to go a lot of places, just because he is so self-deprecating, and he's got a true ride or die wife who is a person of color, right?
Right, she's African
And they love
American.
each other. And check this out.
But some people who tried canceling him, his wife, another failed attempt at trying to cancel Bill Burr. But some people who tried canceling him, his wife Nia did the ultimate clap back at them on Twitter. So this idiot, Claiborne Griffin, tweeted, "While not suggesting Bill Burr is a racist, a white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. So you shouldn't assume someone isn't racist just because they own a minority sex servant. They may very well have one because they're racist."
Oh my God.
The most ratio tweet ever, and then Bill Burr's wife just replied with, "Bitch, shut the fuck up."
Oh shit.
And then this
That was
guy
so
just
insulting.
got roasted. And then he tried flipping it into some, so a bunch of alt-right trolls are going after me, and like, you know, people like Mac Lethal, who's a huge lefty, was like, "No, dude, we hate you too." What an insanely stupid thing to say. But I don't want what he said. A lot of
Who was
people
that?
on the
Who's the
left
host of this?
do agree with.
They had multiple hosts.
Not as
They had multiple,
dumb
they
as
call
he
them
put it, but to
presenters.
some degree
So
they
Bill
do.
Burr, presented a couple, and then other
No,
people.
no, I was talking
presented-
about that guy that was telling the story.
Oh, I thought you meant for the or Grant. Was it
No, I
Grammys?
got you.
Grammys.
It's not important.
No,
Say the
that's
Grammys for the mammies.
that's just a guy that has a YouTube channel.
Right.
I don't even know who he is. I've seen some of his videos.
We should get a YouTube channel.
I have a YouTube channel. We're on YouTube right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
Live on YouTube,
Yeah.
Moon Club,
There it
Lunatics.
So here's the thing, though. That thing about them coming after Bill Burr, it will never stop. And the reasoning that he came after him, did you listen to the reasoning of it? It's like, you can't win.
No.
There's no
Right.
way you can not be wrong if you're white. I hate to say it, but that's what it is.
Right.
And
You know, do you have the video with the Pat Sajak? Do you have that? Because I mean, this would be a good segue into that.
no, but you told me about that just minutes ago. So if you want to go ahead and take the floor for a minute.
Yeah,
I'll see if
Steve.
I
Well,
can find it.
apparently, Pat Sajak. This happened yesterday, and Pat Sajak. This guy had a lisp, an obvious lisp that he spoke with, and he was a tech expert, and he was telling Pat about what he does and stuff, and Pat Sajak asked him about technology. It's like, do older people accept technology? And he goes, "You would be surprised." And Pat Sajak replies with, "I see," with an obvious lisp. And now people are saying they want to cancel Pat for making somebody with a speech impediment.
Pat Sajak is grandfathered in. Like he's hosting Wheel of Fortune.
He started in
since-
1981. He was
ever since I can remember. And by the way, Vanna White still looks good.
Yeah, they're saying she might take over as the next host.
Well, I would hate to see Pat Sajak get canceled for that. I mean, there's certain things you say as a host that are just kind of like throwaway lines.
I know.
I'm sure he's like, "Oh, this will just be a
Dude,
funny
you're on
line,
the spot.
right?"
You're on the spot.
Like, do you think he hates that guy and he wants to embarrass him? No, it
No.
was just something funny to say.
Dude, but he's been a host longer than Alex Trebek was, so he's grandpa. But
Who is Alex, or who was?
dude, an American
Alex
fucking
This is what I found. I don't know what this video is. So we'll
Alex
check.
Trebek is an
Fired for
American
mocking
treasure.
Wheel of Fortune contestants list. Luckily for Sajak, Brimble and the show's production crew laughed at his attempted joke, but viewers at home didn't find it quite as funny. Almost immediately, fans took to Twitter to call out the Wheel of Fortune host, with many blasting Sajak's bit as appalling and disgraceful, and incredibly out of touch in the year 2021. For years, Pat Sajak has brought a unique sense of humor to Wheel of Fortune, but he seems to have crossed a line on Monday night when he mocked a contestant's speech impediment. After a brief Q&A with Chris Brimble, Sajak jokingly mimicked the contestant's lisp, a bit that fell flat with viewers at home. Some fans even called for the longtime Wheel of Fortune host's resignation, with one writing, "You arrogant overpaid jerk. Quit now." Sajak's uncomfortable moment came during the contestant introduction portion of Monday's episode. After directing a few questions to contestant Chris Brimble, who said that he works for a company that sells technology that benefits older adults, Sajak asked if it's a myth that older adults are resistant to new technology. You'd be surprised how open they are, said the contestant. Ah, I replied Sajak. He could have easily just said I see and not been rude, but sure, make fun of the guy's lisp. Maybe if you grew up with a speech impediment you'd understand, wrote one viewer, alongside a number Patsajack6 hashtag.
Okay, I will say that this has to come down to intent, right?
Yeah.
And this is like, I'll put it more into the stand-up comedy realm than like a daytime, or I guess it's whatever, talk show host. Or it's not a talk show, game show host. It's a throwaway line. So, do you think he intended to offend that guy or to make fun or demean him? I don't. There's no way. But the social justice warriors sit at home that know they can get points and they can tweet it out and, oh, I'm going to get so many likes.
Right.
And that's the current culture. That's what we're in right now. And it comes down to, that's why, in my opinion, like Dave Chappelle is so important, because people have been coming after him for his stand-up specials for so long, and he just stands behind it's comedy.
Right.
You know, there's no intent to hurt people. Everybody can be made fun of, and that's what I do. That's my job.
Right.
And I won't apologize.
You know what?
I will not apologize.
I think the term would be it just fell flat, but there was no malintent.
But you know what? It comes from the same place, and that's
Right.
why I say, like in stand-up comedy, you can tell a joke or try to develop a joke, and it doesn't work, but it comes down to intent. Did you intend to hurt somebody?
Right.
No, you didn't. Well, I mean, you might have, but if you didn't, if you just told a stupid joke that fell flat, then
Right.
you know what? It comes from the same place,
Right.
right?
And you know, it's like making fun of somebody's disability. It's like, well, how come nobody talks about my obvious affliction that I deal with every day? It's almost like the elephant in the room. So, you know,
What do you deal with every day?
If you, but if you see really good friends, there's no sacred cows. They will joke about anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What is your affliction?
one of my feet, one of my
Horizontal
legs,
challenge?
just a little bit longer than the other one, so I gotta wear special shoes.
Oh, okay.
And then when people talk about my special shoes, it really upsets me.
Like I said, I mean, you can tell a joke that doesn't work. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person.
Right. And plus, my teeth are a little crooked.
Yeah.
And the thing about
And
it
when I was a
also
kid, I stuttered really bad.
Yeah.
is that your legs are actually a foot different, though. That's what really throws people off.
Which really, that's why I
An
started
inch
buying.
or so is no big deal. 12 inches,
That's why I started buying Gene Simmons fucking shoes.
which I like.
Yeah.
What do we look like on the internet right now with the
Are we dark?
with the light over here? Is it still look
You know
alright?
what? I think by keeping this light off, that's the perfect amount this time of year.
Yeah, it probably would be, because we're not getting direct sunlight, but we are getting light.
Yeah.
And it is behind the camera, which you want, right?
Right.
So okay, I was just curious.
Well, I'm gonna tell speak
how's it
my
look, people?
mind on the whole
Okay,
backstage
let me
Hold on.
catch up
Austin,
with the.
Austin. Steve was just
Hold on,
starting to
one
say
second.
something.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead and
got
let
some-
him catch up with the lunatics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Christopher Shetton says, I am going to be working with John Solomon in the coming months. Once he finishes his new album, we are going to be doing a song I wrote called Child of God. And Matthew Moffat says, also went to Juilliard? I did not know that. And yes, that is a fact.
Because you heard it here first.
Right.
One thing I was going to say is everybody's quick to pick on a side and to jump on, like, let's jump on Pat Sajak. Could that be insensitive to people with speech impediment? Yes, it could. Like MJ said, there was no malice. You got to look towards
It's
the
intent.
intent.
What was his intent?
But also, if one person is challenged with a speech impediment, this world is changing at a fast pace. And some people aren't keeping up with the times. That's not to say that they can't catch up with the times, and it might take them a minute, but are we have the right to cancel them for what they're trying? You know, like, again, it goes back to intent, no malice, so he should get a pass, and let's just say, hey, Pat, that was uncool. This is the age that we're trying to equal out the playing fields. No bullying, no making fun of people. That person has a right. Yes, you and him might have been cool with it, and that's what it really comes down to. If the person that is directly talked to is not offended, then everybody else should put away their offense as well. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
step back a little bit. He's not, persecuting you we all know, like Austin said, we all have our demons or our, obvious afflictions,
For sure we do.
Yeah.
For sure we do.
and we don't like people to point them out. We have to live with them, but live with them.
I think mine were caused by paint chips. But okay, my theory on what's gonna happen with Pat Sajak, I think he's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm out, and he passes the show to Vanna and let her do it for a while. This guy's been doing the show since 1981, which is as far back as my memory goes.
He still looks pretty good. I hope he doesn't succumb to the pressure, because that gives these social justice warriors more ammo, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't give in to these people.
But dude,
Don't apologize.
this shit's probably stressing him out right now. What if he just said, it's like, I'm gonna go be alone with my family. It was more important than this show right now.
And my fat bank.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go buy
He's
an
not
island.
hurting.
I'm gonna go buy an island and fucking chill.
I think everybody
Peace, I'm out.
needs to examine the Dave Chappelle approach and just be like, look, I got my fans. They know what I meant and what I was doing.
But don't
and
apologize.
the rest of y'all can go fuck yourself.
Okay, now let's play this game with Pat Sajak. Let's ask her. Let's guess how much he's worth.
Hold on.
This
I
is
would say even more. His audience, audience, has the answer, right?
Yeah.
So if his audience stops watching, okay, then he was wrong.
There's a lot of people calling for his resignation, but
Yeah, but they're all idiots.
Yeah.
They're all people sitting in front of their computer looking for. You raising your hand?
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say there's 375 million people in America. How many people were offended? 20,000? 200,000? I mean, what is the percentage, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, what is the percentage rate to where you actually do get canceled as far as you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you got to offend 10% of the people? Do you got to offend 40% of the people? Like MJ said, there's still some people that feel his way, and there's people that have backlash that are probably going to stick up for Pat and be canceled as well. For siding with him, like for example with the Pierce Morgan situation.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute too.
Yeah.
And
Good
this,
segue.
this
it
goes
just
way back,
pisses me off.
even before the internet, right? Even before the internet, like in the 80s, like the loudest group, people would write letters into sponsors and say, "Oh, this person did this. You should pull your sponsorship." And it wasn't a majority. It was like a very small minority, 1-2%. But
Karens.
they were the ones that didn't have anything to do but write letters to sponsors and then
Stay-at-home
start
moms, aka Karens.
pulling sponsorships. Now there
Right.
are legitimate reasons to pull sponsorships. Chris D'Elia, Harvey Wine. Well, he didn't really have sponsors, but there are people that have done bad things that deserve to have their.
Jared.
But dude, think about it. The early ones, the pioneers, it takes an hour to write a letter, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, walk it to the fucking mailbox, and then mail it. That's like a whole hour. It takes probably like 5 seconds to shoot your fucking
To send a tweet.
Ping,
Yeah.
ping, ping.
done.
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
Well, dude, you're fucking canceled.
But you're done.
You're making fun of that poor man.
What were you talking about?
You were just slurring your speech.
And this is another thing.
That's stupid. I would never do that.
If Austin was an actor in front of a camera and he was portraying a role, is that the thing that's going to be canceled too? Like for the great roles like Rain Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a hate crime?
It could be considered that.
Okay, we've got a lot of comments here.
All right, go ahead.
Let's hit 'em.
Let me see. Digga Dave says, I'm trans slender. I know my rights. Scott Nickham is watching. Don Bellamar is watching. Roy Rambo says hello. Bob Carroll, what's up? Don Bellamar says everything. You, three amigos. Michael Friedman is watching, and Scott Nickham says, bling bling. Bling bling bling. I think. I don't know. I need my glasses. Go
They're
ahead.
right there.
Sorry, I'm just trying to catch you up with the lunatics.
I just want to say to all the lunatics watching, don't forget to hit that like button. I hate to be a like whore.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell 3 friends. Tell
Right.
those 3 friends to tell. We'll tell 2. Tell 2 friends. Tell those 2 friends to tell 2 more, and we'll keep this podcast train.
I think we should go on Twitch next week if you got another.
I had a Twitch
device.
earlier.
I've been working on that.
Yeah.
We talked about the Pierce Morgan thing last week, and I'm on record as saying I think Piers Morgan is an arrogant douchebag,
Yeah.
but I don't think he said anything. He gave his opinion, and
Yeah.
he's kind of been canceled for that. But you know what? To his credit, I've said some bad things about Piers Morgan. So to his credit, he came out and said, he's like, look, I gave my opinion. If this is what I go down for, I'll fall on my sword. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So credit
Dude,
to
all
him.
because Meghan Markle ghosted him, though. You know that's the truth, right?
Yeah, but is it because he ghosted him, or is he speaking the truth about what he thinks about Meghan Markle? Meghan Markle, there's some chinks in her armor. She's not the perfect candidate. When she's talking about, you know, the crown and being married to, is it Harry? I don't know. She's married to Prince Harry. The example that she gave of why, well, it's the color of the skin thing, that was one thing,
Right.
okay? And I'm pretty sure that was Camilla Bowles. I'm going on record saying it's Camilla Bowles that said
Okay.
that. But her
Was
other
anyone
example,
surprised by that though?
no, absolutely not.
Dude,
Is the royal family racist? Do you think?
And
Dude,
how
it's like-
old is the Queen of England?
It's like if I had a chance of getting Meghan Markle's like her bloodline into my family, I would fucking jump at it like 1,000%.
Her other
She's
example,
100% gorgeous.
her other example of what the royal family did. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where she's like,
the
they
Queen
told me.
wanted her to curtsy.
Well, the Queen didn't even tell her. Harry said, "Oh, we're getting ready to meet the Queen. Do we have to?"
Right. Curtsy,
Do
even
you
in,
not,
even
do you
in
know how to
private.
curtsy? She's like, "Do I have to curtsy? What's the right name?
Curtsy in private, where you bow before the Queen.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah. And she's like,
And she's like, I thought that was something that we did like outside.
Right.
Like, we have to do that inside.
right.
Bitch, you married into the royal family. You should. Why do you have a problem with curtsying before the Queen? That's what you signed up for.
Right. Right.
But as far as taking the side between the royal family and Meghan Markle, I don't know, man. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Dude, you know, it's just like the fucking Memphis Mafia thing. It's like, well, it's like, wait, if I go into the jungle room and it's just me and Elvis, do I have to kiss his pinky ring? You're goddamn right you have to.
Agreed.
It's your fucking
That
job.
might be the worst analogy ever. Steve's got his hand up.
I concur with Austin on that. I think that's great. This is the way I feel about it. You know, what's her name? Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Markle.
she,
No, Meghan Markle, yeah.
Markle. She's a gorgeous woman.
Oh, she's
and
fucking-
and she's, you know, powerful. She's doing her own thing. Good for her. But this is the freaking Queen of England. Now, I'm not, you know, a royal whore or anything like that. I mean, but I do feel that if I was in the presence of actual royalty, that you would feel that, you know, and that I would definitely bow.
Well, I got to back up a little bit. Actual royalty doesn't exist. It's
Right.
It's just a bloodline, and
But-
it's just a figurehead at this point, which it should be.
How-
England is run by the Parliament, right?
Right,
But,
yeah, of course.
But
It's just,
it's something this silly little thing we carry on now.
but it's a
right?
beautiful tradition,
So if you
isn't
marry
it?
into the royal family, yeah,
Yeah.
curtsy before the Queen. What?
Right.
Why are you surprised you have to do that?
Has she been in power longer than Castro? Because wasn't she like the
Who are we
queen,
talking about?
the Queen of England?
The Queen's not in power.
No, but
She
hasn't she been in that?
was
And,
that. She
okay,
sat
so
on
that
the
would be the
throne.
difference between her and Castro. But how long? She's been the queen since like World War II, right?
It doesn't say here.
But no, I think she worked with because in the I watched.
Do you want
this-
to ask Echo?
No. Well, I'm gonna let me say I watched this this TV show on Netflix, and I
If it's on
remember.
Netflix, it's not a TV show.
Well, it was a series.
Okay.
But she was working with Churchill, like she was consulting Churchill, or Churchill was consulting her because she still is the queen, even though it's a figure.
You
Yeah,
think it's
they
the
do
same
have a
one?
little
I mean,
power.
there were other queens.
No, I think it
was.
was her. I think she's been since she's been a teen or early 20s.
Yeah.
Really?
That's
Okay.
what this whole Netflix special
And
is
she was
about.
like 80 or close to 100. I mean, again, God save the Queen. I disagree with MJ. I do think the Queen and the royal family does have a little bit more power than we would think. And
Like they have
also,
social influence.
We should ask,
they don't have influence over policy.
and I also think like in France, the dukes and earls, as well as in the Middle East, the kings and
Yeah, Scott Nickham says it's The
and-
Crown on Netflix. Yeah.
there you go.
Alright.
And Chris Shenton says who we should consult first. The Queen worked during the war. Yeah. So, and you know what? The actress that plays
But
the
she
Queen.
wasn't the queen back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she?
She became the queen at like 18 or 19, and she's been so graceful ever since. But during World War II, which is where I think the TV show The Crown picks up, the actress that plays her is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Shout out. The best scene in any movie that portrays the English Queen
during the break.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. Has to be, the name is gonna escape me, I know.
And Scott Nickham says, yes, she does still have some limited power.
But it even had O.J. Simpson in it, and it was, what movie were that? Like not Dragnet.
Oh, no, it was,
Naked Gun?
Naked Gun. Thank
2.0
you.
or something? Yeah.
But remember when he went up there and was like pulling the wig, trying to pull her wig off? Because this is a man. No, that was Austin Powers, right? Where he was pulling the wig off. But I think it also happened in Naked Gun.
Yeah, there was some kind of a conflict or interaction with the Queen in that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, to your point.
And also as well, but I digress. Again, I would be in awe. I would rather meet the Queen of England than Meghan Markle, whoever that is.
Okay.
The princess. I mean, that's what she is now, right?
Well, they denounced their throne. They denounced their royal status. So they're nothing now. I mean, I think he left with $200 million. So let's not feel too sorry for him. I mean, they live in the same block as Oprah. So.
Yeah, are you talking about Harry and Meghan?
Yeah.
Did you just get here?
Well, I wasn't listening, but I thought they moved to Canada, right?
Well, they live next to Oprah, so wherever Oprah lives, it's
No shit.
I love me some
You know what?
Oprah.
I think they just did the interview in her backyard. I don't think they lived next to her, like they just walked over.
No, they live next to her.
No shit.
That's what I heard.
I would do an interview in her backyard, if you know what I'm talking about.
Ah.
Oh,
He's
that's
blind.
fine. That's all right.
All right, so
Chris Shetton says she blamed Edward for her father's death because he advocated and pressure put on him was
Time out.
enormous.
Let's
Of
not
course.
use them big words.
Of course, her father had a stammer. Yeah, I think they called him the stuttering king or something, where he had to give this this huge he had to address the nation during the war, and he stuttered during it. And it's like, can you imagine the pressure that guy had on him?
who?
The stuttering king. I think it was Elizabeth's father. He had a
Churchill was-
stutter.
I don't know.
But
I
Churchill
don't
was
know
just he was just the he was the head of the parliament. He was the what do you call him? The
Didn't he
Prime
also
Minister.
write The Birds?
he was the prime minister then.
No, I'm kidding. That's Alfred Hitchcock. But similar, right?
Yeah.
You know the problem I have with
What's the
Churchill.
difference between Alfred Hitchcock and Alfred Hitchcock?
No. Okay, but you know what? Let me say this. The problem I have with Churchill is, he needed help from India to defeat, of course, Hitler and Japan, and I think he put them under the impression that if you volunteer for this army to fight against our enemy, we will give you your freedom, and that is, I believe, the largest volunteer army that has ever been assembled in the history of mankind is when India, they all volunteered, the Sikhs and the Hindus, to fight, and they helped us win the war. And guess what? After that, Churchill did not release this fucking jewel of his crown, which
Alright.
was India.
Way to be on your soapbox. All right, continuing on with this fallout for Piers Morgan, I've got Sharon Osbourne calling for her now. So what happened to Sharon Osbourne? Let's take a look.
I'll ask you again, Cheryl. I've been asking you during the break. I'm asking you again. And don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. This is the situation. You tell me where you have heard him say, educate me. Tell me when you have heard him say racist things. Educate me. Tell me.
Right?
It is not the exact words of racism. It's the implication and the reaction to it. To not want to address that because she is a black woman and to try to dismiss it or to make it seem less than what it
She
is,
goes
that's
to
what
them.
makes it racist. But right now, I'm talking to a woman who I believe is my friend, and I don't want anybody here to watch this and say that we're attacking you for being racist.
Michelle Brooks
And-
Farley
and
says
that-
from
and for that,
Stop.
Hey,
I
from South Carolina.
articulated.
I think it's too
Anything.
late. I think that seed's already sown.
But
So what the
that is
fuck did
why
she
I'm
just say?
saying-
You know, I think she was trying to make it racist, and I don't think Piers Morgan is racist. It's like I think the
Hold on. Just stop. What did she say in response to Sharon Osbourne's question about what did she say was racist? Like, she said, well, he didn't say anything racist, But you can't dismiss someone, a black person. Meghan
The
Markle,
implication
right?
of what he was saying.
So if
His
you're
intent.
white, you can't question somebody that's black. Basically, is what she's saying.
Right.
Is that what? Am I hearing that wrong?
No, that makes perfect sense. And to be quite honest, I thought Rachel Dolezal looked more black than Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that exchange right there, The Talk, which I guess is this show that they're on. I know who Sharon Osbourne is. I don't know who this other person is.
Dude, you know what?
But
Her friends.
they were taken off Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday and today.
Isn't that crazy?
They
Over
took
that?
it off the air. Yeah, over that. And now Sharon Osbourne's going to end up falling on her sword.
I'm about to be put in the electric chair.
An
Dude, she could
internal
start her own show on
investigation.
another
The
network.
show shut
She's
down.
huge.
Yes, ET has learned The Talk is taking a hiatus for a couple days while the review of matters from last week continues.
If anyone should be crying, it should be me.
It is not the exact words of racism. It's the implication and the reaction to it.
And
know what? I
proof
think
that
people-
Sharon's doubling down.
We've come after
3
it.
days
Okay.
after former talk
I thought
co-host
it was
Holly
over.
Robinson Peete claimed Sharon had her fired in 2011 for being, quote, too ghetto,
Okay. Like this,
Sharon fired back, telling Variety, I cannot have anyone fired, and that's not a term I use. I don't speak like that. And then Sharon shared a private email Pete sent her a month after being let go. In it, Holly seems to say Julie Chen was the reason for it all, citing a racist comment and spreading venomous lies. So what's next for the embattled talk show? The ladies plan to return to work on...
All right, so I guess what I'm saying is I would hate to see Sharon Osbourne go down for that because
Right.
she didn't say anything.
Is Sharon? Is she a producer?
I'm sure.
I
But-
told you I've never seen that.
It's like if you take a bunch of alpha females, which is all of what those girls are, and you put them together, it's like.
I exactly know what you're saying.
No, it's like you're gonna have a power struggle. There's gonna be a hierarchy, and I think maybe if
Well, no,
somebody,
here's the thing. They argue all the time. They disagree.
that's their job, right?
Yeah, but
They should
what
call it the
was so
argue.
bad about that exchange?
I didn't see anything.
All of a
wrong.
sudden, Sharon Osbourne needs to be killed.
Right.
That's my point.
I think it just goes to illustrate how hypersensitive we are now to the BLM movement. And I think if we want to talk about the Overton window, and
What's the
sometimes
Overton window? You want to explain that?
sometimes we have to move what would you call it? Okay, let's say we've got to move racism so forward now that we're hypersensitive about it. We got to move it over.
Well, it's
And-
the same thing with Me Too. Like the pendulum swing. It swings so far over
Right.
that we get Al Franken to resign when he didn't really do anything, but yet he's lumped in with Harvey Weinstein.
Right.
But now it's got to swing
Exactly.
back.
It's like let me ask Echo. Explain to me what the Overton window is.
According to Wikipedia, the Overton window is the range of policies politically acceptable to the mainstream population at a given time. It is also known as the window of discourse. The term is named after American policy analyst Joseph P. Overton, who stated that an idea's political viability depends mainly on whether it falls within this range, rather than on politicians' individual preferences.
Interesting, huh?
I didn't understand that. What did she say?
Go to YouTube and look up Overton
Just tell me
window.
what the Overton window is.
It's okay. Say a good example I think of the Overton window is gay marriage. It's like you used to say about how Hillary Clinton, when she first ran for president, she was against gay marriage. Now that would seem absurd, even for a Republican, not to be for pro gay marriage.
That's just politics.
So the window just moved forward, right? So you say this is where the common consent is. You've got to skip so far over
It's
just
like,
to move the window.
It's like PETA
Yeah, that's a good example.
or the NRA or gun rights habit. They go so far one way, but they don't. They set the target here.
Right.
What they're really trying to get to is here.
Well, they're just making what people think is common
It's like
now.
unions.
It's like what people are thinking now would seem absurd a year from now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got to move the window
It's
so
like
far
unions.
forward.
They come up with a list of demands that are so ridiculous.
They're going to settle on
they
something.
get to settle
Yeah.
here, right? Okay.
Yeah. That's the Overton window. Pretty
Alright.
fascinating, right?
Well,
Matt Powell is watching.
Shout out to my cousin Michelle Farley in South Carolina. And I also wanted to say, like I said last week, you know, this country is a melting pot. Well, this world is a melting pot. And I'm not sure that there's a such thing as a pure race anymore, because all of us have so many ethnicities in us. You know what I mean? So it's pretty stupid for us to say, you know, like, I'm not just white. You know, I may have 136 Cherokee in me, but I'm still part Indian.
It's
you know,
so
Native
ridiculous that we keep saying race. We're all humans. I mean,
Humans.
there's only
Human
one race.
beings.
Yeah, we're different colors. We come from different places, but there's only one race. We need to quit focusing on race. That's what bothers me so much about, like, all this stuff. Like, I identify as this. I identify as that. It's identity politics.
Right.
We're all the same. We should get rid of, in my opinion, we should get rid of borders. We should get rid of countries. We should all just be fucking humans and just get over it.
Right.
Well, can we replace the word race with hate? Because that's all racism is hatred. And
Racism is ignorance.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, to hate somebody for their race, like you said, is ignorant. It's their character is the reason why you should not like somebody. Or
The great
have
Martin
a
Luther King
disagreement.
said, the content of the character is what should matter. Is what matters to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're black, brown, green, yellow. I don't care.
Right.
No.
You know, it's like when we all make love to one another, you come up with beautiful things like Meghan Markle. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like when we got our DNA test back, it's like I'm 1% Neanderthal. Like, I got a lot of Irish, a lot of German. I've got fucking somehow some Swedish in there.
I'm pretty sure
Hell,
I
you had
have
some
more black in me
Filipino
than
in you
Meghan
last
Markle.
night.
I think she's less than 1/8 black.
Well, no, I think her.
Her mom's like a quarter black.
Okay, but she looks like totally different. Yeah, she looks like.
And her father was a quarterback. But
Yeah. But well, here's the thing, and I hate to keep beating on this drum, but the drum's beating back at us, so I'll do it. If we're such a racist society, and we're all trying to hold down the black culture, which I don't think we are.
No, we're not.
Why
we're
does
the middle
somebody
club.
like Meghan Markle, who's less than 1/8 black, want to identify as black?
Because she is.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you grew up with a black mother, you're gonna. That's part of your. That's how you identify yourself. Is your closest. If you're a female and your mother is your
But see,
closest,
that's the whole
is the closest
identity
relative,
thing.
and
Like,
she's
why?
black, you're gonna be black too. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. That's the whole identity thing. Why do we have to keep trying to like separate ourselves from everybody else?
Well, I think you're gonna identify with if you have a black mother, is you're gonna feel black yourself.
But that's culture.
Yeah, that's how we identify with ourselves. That's what culture is.
Yeah.
Culture is not race. Culture is culture.
Well, you know, I think-
Culture could be like where you come from. You know,
Dude,
there's
I
an
think
African
race-
culture, there's an Indian culture, there's a Chinese culture,
I think
there's
there's
a Japanese culture. There can be white Americans or African Americans or
But,
Chinese
dude,
Americans
check
to
this out.
share in any of that culture.
If we were baking and we were to describe culture with different words, it's like race would definitely be the main number one ingredient. Is your race. You know what I'm saying?
No, it
we're all
can't
humans.
be.
But I'll go even further and make it even more sinister. Is I think this attempt to divide us isn't even coming from within. This attempt to divide us is coming from troll farms in
1%.
China and Russia.
You think?
Yeah, they are doing a great job. You know what they're not arguing about in China and Russia?
What's that?
Gender pronouns. You think they're doing that in China?
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, you know, China. It's like, did you hear that Joe Rogan when they were talking about 2049? What their goal is to have happen in 2049 is
Yeah,
China.
they want to be the most powerful. They've got a 100-year plan. I think it's 2048.
They're well on their way.
They developed this after the First World War.
They'll rule the world.
And they had a 100-year plan that they will be the most powerful force in the world in 100 years. I think it's 2048.
Yeah.
But we're playing right into it.
Yeah.
We're definitely playing right into it right now.
Dude, when you said it's like...
Let's keep fighting with each other.
When you were talking about the gender pronouns and things, I was pictured China as like a marionette. You know, and like instead of going like this on the marionette, the doll, it's like they're just typing on a keyboard. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're doing. They're getting us inside it. They're getting us to hate each other.
And while we're talking about racism in China too, it's not all the Chinese people, because a lot of them want, you know, the same thing that we have. They don't want a communist government. They don't want, you know, the restrictions that they have. They want to be a lot more free. And unfortunately, because of, you know, some, we're going to use the word ignorant, you know, like MJ said, as far as racism, ignorance, a lot of ignorant people, you know, have turned towards Asian people, or even people that they perceive to be Asian. And that's the thing too, is like sometimes we get so caught up, you know, like we'll think that a Hawaiian person is an Asian person, you know, or a Chinese, whether they're Polynesian. And again, we don't have to describe how everybody has melted on this planet since the beginning of it, but that's exactly what's happened. We are all the same, you know, and so that is the reason why the Polynesians look like Asians, which, you know, may look like Mexicans,
I would have guessed,
might look like, you know.
I would have guessed Meghan Markle was like Puerto Rican.
She could have been. To keep beating her drum, Austin. Has he got a poster of her or something?
I really like Meghan Markle. I think she's fucking beautiful.
I kind of don't like her personality, to be
I like
honest.
her as much as I did Diana.
Yeah,
well, let's not talk about Diana and Meghan Markle in the same sentence even.
Well, that's
she's
married to the
big shoes to fill.
Harry.
His son.
I'm not a royal person. I could give a shit about the royal family. I don't even know who they are.
Oh.
Duchess, whatever, Sussex, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and watch the royal wedding.
Yeah, apparently
5
the
hours of my
second
day.
born son from the princess, he has his own house. I think it's called the House of Sussex or something. And that's what the guy that was down with Prince Andrew, he was down with Epstein. He's the second born son of Charles. Yeah, he's the second born son of Charles.
Yeah.
So I guess they call that the House of Sussex or something. He's got his own shit going on.
Yeah. I mean, I would be embarrassed if I actually knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what you guys want to talk about something else? We've been talking about royal families for way too long, it seems like.
Well, the one thing I was
What
going
else
to
you got,
ask
brother?
you before, and this will be the last thing, about royal weddings and this, did you watch the funeral of Lady Di?
I mean, I might have flipped it on and watched like 2 or 3 minutes or something. I didn't sit there and watch it like
Watch
it's a
the whole
TV
thing?
show.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
You
That
know,
was devastating, though, was it?
I think when Elton John re-released the song "Dust in the Wind," or not "Dust in the Wind," but "Candle in the Wind," for Princess Diana, that was the most purchased song in the history of the world.
I think I can tell you the exact date that Lady Di died, though.
96.
I'm gonna go with August 31st.
Okay, I'll
1995.
I'm gonna go with July 10th, 1996.
Okay, Steve, you got a guess?
I do not have a guess.
Because I remember
did
I
not
was
think
dating
it was that long
I was
ago.
dating Lisa Spot at the time, and that was 96.
Austin, ask your echo.
Echo, what year and date did Princess Diana die?
Princess Diana died on August 31st, 1997. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, I had August 31st.
You had the day.
And the reason I had that is because that's the day I
Thanks
was
for your
married.
feedback.
So my mistake was I thought it was
10 years
a
before.
year after I got married.
You said 86 though.
Yeah, I thought it was a year before I got married. It was a year after I got married.
Okay.
That's where I was wrong.
95.
Yeah.
But you meant to say 96 and you said 86 or something.
No, he said 95.
Okay.
I said 95 because I thought it was a year before I got
I
married.
got
It
you,
was
I
a year
got you, I
after I
got
got
you.
married.
Yeah.
So
And you said 96. So
I said
if
96.
you had the year, I had the date.
No, he had.
Was it in 97 though?
I thought
It
he
was
had
97.
Oh, so you didn't have either, so I went.
No. Yeah, you're right.
But actually, I mean, if we're going closer, you were actually closer.
Right.
But I did have the day.
Closer
date.
was-
So
Without
by
going
the
over.
Price is Right rules, I would have won.
Yeah.
But you actually got the date and you just fudged on the year.
Yeah.
Before and after.
So.
So technically, I won Price
We'll split
Price
the
is
difference.
Right rules.
We'll split the
Okay.
difference.
It's
yeah.
crazy
It's a push.
that I
It's a
feel that
push.
it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Well, it's because we're getting old.
Yeah.
Hey,
no
hey,
shit.
hey.
Yeah. I was 26 when Lady Di died.
Oh, dude, you know what? I just thought of something fun. Princess Harry and Meghan, it's like a lot of people say that she just moved to Canada so she can promote her skincare line. It's like a $5 thing, and I bet it's going to be
I'm
worth
sorry,
billions.
we should have ended on the
Yeah, we should've.
royal family. I
But,
should've gone
it's
back.
Trivia right here.
Let's
What
do-
was the name of the guy that Lady Di was dating when she died?
Dodi Fayed.
Oh, well, good pull.
Yeah.
Good pull.
And you know what? Muhammad Fayed, his father, who owned a huge,
What is going
huge
on
store, not Macy's, but
Yeah, he's a tycoon. I think it's Dodi. Is it Dodi Al Fayed?
Dodi Al Fayed. Yeah, it's like
So Al's like a middle, like a surname.
billionaire,
Yeah.
billionaire. But his father just released a video, I think with 60 Minutes, that says Princess Diana and Dodi Fayed were murdered. And he's got proof.
When did he release that? Because he's been kicking that idea around for a long
You know
time.
what?
Long time.
The video popped up on my YouTube feed.
It was paparazzi.
It might have been a year old.
Right?
It might have been a year old.
Right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I mean, here's the thing: is there's video of the limo driver trying to back out. First of all, he's like stumbling to the limo. He's drunk
Right,
as
he
shit.
tested like twice the...
Yeah. He's drunk as shit.
Dude, you know what? And you're fucking driving the fucking Princess of Wales around and you're fucking shit-faced?
That don't
Yeah.
make no sense to me.
And the paparazzi chased him into a tunnel, and apparently there was some construction work, and then result is we lost Princess Di. And
Yeah.
I don't know who I talked to about that.
And the nation cried all at once.
Yeah.
Or the world cried all at once.
Who was it that said that, like, about Princess Di dying? He's like, and I don't know who to talk to about that.
Maybe Elton John, because I guess they were great
something like
friends.
that. It wasn't like George Clooney, was it?
I bet Chris Shetton would know. You know what? It's like I've been sharing the group, so I haven't been following up on. Matt Powell's watching.
Who the hell's Matt Powell?
Uh,
Oh wait, I know who Matt Powell
Of course you do. He's been on the Moon Club. No, he was on Run 309, I think.
Yeah.
Pierce Morgan needs a job. Is there an opening at the Moon Club for him? That's Christopher Shetton.
No, we think he's pretentious.
Yeah. We have him on as a guest.
Yeah, he can come sit in.
Yeah.
You know,
we didn't even Skype him in.
If he's willing to step in every week and fly here from fucking
we can
England,
Skype him in. He doesn't need to fly in.
Right.
He doesn't live in England. He lives here.
Well, we could give him a 10-minute video.
no, he lives in England.
Does he?
Echo, where does Pierce Morgan live?
Oh, he was on like Good
According to
Morning.
another Amazon customer, Piers Morgan has owned his West London townhouse for 8 years.
All right, fuck that guy.
And you know where that's at? It's exactly, you go down, you turn left, and go straight up your ass.
Right? One finger or two?
I call that Tuesday.
Right? We're all of sober October.
All right, we've got 3 minutes left to rock this funk, to separate the good stuff from the junk.
So,
Let me tell you where I'm coming from.
Get in the groove.
I really cannot, I'm going to be honest, I was stupefied, and I'm going to use the word stupefied, by all the royal knowledge that you had.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there?
A lot of time spent watching YouTube, I think.
Well, no,
Too much time.
you know what it's like? Sometimes I'll do what is called climbing down a rabbit hole, which is weird because I'm claustrophobic. But it's like, after I watched the interview, I wanted to know about this, or it's like, I want to know about this, and it's like, knowledge is so easy to access that if you want to know like what's going on, you just got to start clawing, and you got to
See, like me and you,
That's the
Steve,
onion.
we're putting in like 8 to 12 hours a day working. If you don't have to do that, you can rabbit hole.
You can rabbit hole, yeah. Climb down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, rabbit hole's a totally different thing, but I like doing it.
Right.
Does your rabbit hole start out with a?
No, that's the cornhole.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
cornhole. That's what Steve's into.
You're doing it wrong.
Speaking of cornhole, again, that's Mayor Matt Moffat. We're putting him on here first.
Yeah.
Mayor
Dude,
Matt
I say we just all start
Cornhole
just voting
King.
for Mayor Matt Moffat. I'd
Start
love it if
writing
Matt
it in.
Moffat was the mayor of my town.
For some reason, I had this other video about the talk going on hiatus. I don't know why, but let's go ahead and just play this and probably end on this. I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
What is it?
This is about the talk being canceled.
Monday exclusive. The talk has cancelled its live shows for tomorrow, Monday, March 15th, and Tuesday, March 16th, Deadline has learned. The staff was notified today of the hiatus, which comes on the heels of CBS on Friday launching an
That to me
investigation
is
into
just
the
too
heated
ridiculous.
exchange
Whoa, whoa,
at the
whoa!
top
You
of
guys got a
Wednesday's
little
episode.
too heated in your conversation
Scheduled guests
today.
included Elizabeth
We're gonna have to
Vargas,
cancel it for a
March
little while.
15th, and Carly Pearce, March 16th. The show is currently slated to return to originals Wednesday, March 17th. We are committed to a diverse, inclusive and respectful workplace, CBS said in a statement Friday night. All matters related to the Wednesday episode
Okay.
of the talk are
Fuck the
currently
rest of
under
this. But
I just wish.
Dude,
are they? Hold on. Are they going to come back without Sharon Osbourne? Because I want to pose to you, both of you, right now, that I want, and I'll throw this out. It's up for debate. I want the Moon Club to stand with Sharon. She didn't say
Yeah,
anything wrong.
I stand with Sharon, and you know what?
Hold on,
Maybe
Steve.
I stand with Sharon. I'm always behind.
Maybe she'll
Sharon
walk
Osbourne.
away and just start something different where she's not like under somebody's thumb.
Okay.
I've met Sharon Osbourne and Ozzy at the Jummer Hotel.
No shit.
Yep.
God damn, I admire you.
Thank you. Name drop. Bam!
All right. So what were you gonna say?
Dude, I just forgot it. And it was a good one too. So you fucking blew it.
I also met Gavin McLeod there.
Yeah.
You know who he is?
I know who Gavin Newsom is. That guy's getting Rico.
Rico.
By the way, I posted on my Facebook today. We are one more sexual allegation away from New York opening up completely.
Oh, fucking Como?
Andrew Cuomo's, he's gonna be out, dude. That guy's such a piece of shit.
You know what? He's not as pervy as fucking Jeffrey Epstein, that's for sure.
Is that the standard we're gonna hold up to?
Okay, well,
Like,
hold on.
he's not as bad as Jeffrey Epstein.
That's a low
Like,
bar.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let me come down 3 steps.
How many
He's not as
people
bad as-
are?
he's
I
not-
hope there's nobody as bad as that fucking
Dude, you
monster.
know what? He's not as bad as Jeffrey Epstein.
So he's okay.
He's not as bad as Andrew Weiner.
Andrew Weiner didn't do anything.
What did fucking Cuomo do?
He texted some photos. Well, I don't know. We're gonna find
Well,
out.
you know what? Apparently, I guess he did grow up a girl, and that was the most.
I don't know. To your
despicable.
point about Andrew Weiner, though, I don't know what he did. Apparently, the world is sarcastic because Andrew Weiner can't stop texting pictures of his dick to young girls.
Right?
I don't know. Were they underage? I don't know. But you can't write shit better than that, right?
Dude, it's like I wonder if Scott Cochran's always sending girls pictures with a cock ring on.
Maybe so.
Right.
Maybe so.
Shout out. Just give the eggplant emoji. No dick pics. They don't want to see it.
Yeah, everybody gets it.
So that is the metaphor for a dick is the eggplant emoji, huh?
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Since it's big
That's
and
what I
purple
did.
and like shaped like this.
Yeah.
I get it now. That's the first time I've actually realized
And
what
then
that means.
I think the peach with the big 2 halves thing is the butt emoji.
Oh, you know what? It's like, plus there's like a squirt thing next to the fucking eggplant a lot of the time. So
Do you get it now?
yeah, I just got it for sure the first time.
Why
All
are
right.
you getting a bunch of eggplant texts?
So
No, it's like just watching.
let's end this shit. Should we end it?
Yeah.
Peace out.
This is Moon Club Podcast number 236. We out, bitches.
Peace out, lunatics.
Peace out, ninjas.
I don't even think you can say that anymore.
Ninjas?
Yeah.
I was talking to Matt Muffin because remember when he dressed up in that ninja suit?
Oh, yeah. I know. Moon Club, we out.
Peace. Killed it.
Long in the kitchen, and this is like. Did you guys watch that sushi bit with Fred Rush?